And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. I'm Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is episode number 43, and it is sponsored by Head and Shoulders. Head and Shoulders. Hates your dandruff, loves your hair. Sitting in the green room is a special guest that nobody knows about right now, so we're going to keep that secret. As always, I'd like to highlight other YouTube channels, and tonight's plug goes to The Blood Suck. The Blood Suck. Check him out. Yes. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and three of my newest subscribers are Mystery Trail, Asikri Tari, I guess it's how pronounced, and Mystic Railroad. Next week, our special guest will be each and every person that the AOA has ever had on this show. So what we're going to do is just like we did for Halloween, we're going to open it up, and anybody that's been on the show before and has a link to it can chime in and talk for about 10, 15 minutes. That was Jim Egner's idea for our last show for the year. So it'll also be our Christmas special show. So if anybody wants to dress up for our Christmas special show, that'd be kind of cool. And I think we might have a little visit from Santa Claus too. So I'm going to keep that under wraps. So now let's introduce our panel for this evening. First up, the guy that kept us in the green room talking for so long. We were a little bit late tonight, but we're going to have a show just on this guy here. This man still uses his ex-girlfriend's Netflix account, and he will gladly share it with anybody. Robert Castro.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rob. Uh-oh. Now, don't chime in right away when I say this, okay? Because it's not going to be what you think.
Oh, no.
Only two things come from Texas. Steers.
Uh-oh.
And awesome 3D printer guys like Jim Egner.
Woo! Dodge that one.
Oh, God.
I was waiting for the look on your face, man. I was like, oh, he's going to say it. He's going to go there. He's going to go there. No, I didn't go there. And this guy can pound beers harder than your Uncle Randy at a Leonard Skinner concert. This is Angelo D'Annabelle.
Yeah, here we go.
Gentlemen, we only have four of us tonight, but that's okay. We'll make it work. If anybody from the AOA is out there, I sent out the link. And, I see. And Adam, if you check your messenger, I just sent you a link, brother. So he says he's sorry he couldn't make it. We're hoping to get Adam and Jeff on at the same time. Next week, like I said earlier, will be our last show for the year. So it'll be our Christmas special. So hopefully everybody can chime in on that one. We're not going to have any special guests. It's just going to be whoever wants to be here. So I'm going to start off with Robert tonight. What is new in your zoo? I know you're really busy with all your stuff for the show coming up.
Painting the last three of those robots there for the Designer Con show in Anaheim, and I got this guy here in the mail recently. Wow. That I posted on. So I'm going to be customizing that later on. I'm going to build like a cage.
Cool.
So he doesn't kill himself if he doesn't.
Robert, is that a Leonard one? Because I don't remember.
I was asking, and the guy from Leonard was saying that this is a copy of a Leonard, but I have the Leonard one coming in the mail. That one just has missile launchers instead of arms.
Yeah, I'm going to show you that one. I did dig mine out, so I'll show you that one next.
Yeah.
But that one, does it have a brand name on it?
Let's see. I can't make it out, but everybody's having a hard time identifying this one.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Senior was the one that got me wise to that. He had a blue one and a black one that his grandson customized, and I saw that little label on his chest says Power Traveler, and I just punched that in eBay, and lo and behold, one popped up, and I snagged it.
Cool.
$27.
Yeah, worth it.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, it walks. It's fully functional and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what's new on my zoo.
All right, Jim. I'm back, bro.
Well, tonight I'm broadcasting from the Joe room. My studio's gotten pretty noisy. I picked up another printer, and it's gotten so loud in there. I figured instead of muting my mic every time, I thought I just moved to a quieter spot. So I didn't bring any of the stuff up that I'm working on. I've got a project for Angelo. I'm almost ready to start printing on. I don't know. Do we tell them what it is or not?
Well, let's see. Well, let's see when you get closer, and then you can divulge.
Okay. There's two different things we're working on. One is land and one is sea, I guess you could call it.
There you go.
So, yeah, well, that's I'll just tease it that far. I'm working on the last piece to the APC that I plan on redoing, and that's the main wing section. That's really been a beatdown, and I don't know. It's going to be a real challenge whether I can pull that one off or not. It has to do with the way the wing fits on the main unit there, the main cabin console, whatever it's called. And so, that's been sort of eating my lunch, and I'd work on it for a little bit, and I'd get frustrated with it. And then because it takes so long to print, I chopped it up. So it's just the interface piece. And that still takes, 8 or 9 hours to print. So I won't know if I got success until I realize, oh, crap, this one didn't work either. So it's been slow going on some of this stuff. I suspect there's probably some trigonometry or some of that algebra that, your teachers told you,
never have to use it.
Yeah. Wish I knew, because it's killing me trying to do this trial and error option, which is the only thing I can do. So it's a bit of a beatdown. So that's pretty much what's going on. Those two things. The new printers are fast, which is super cool, and I just have to redo every model now for those new printers and the new speed. So I'm slowly ramping that up. That's kind of been keeping me pretty busy.
Jim, you already got a question tonight from Action Joe Figs.
What was that? I missed it.
Wants to know if you printed what we're
going to work on. I've got a lot of stuff I'm working on right now. So
I figured that. I was going to ask you for some
what
help
that is at this moment. So
yeah.
One other thing I'm working on. I sent Mike a couple of the trailers for the Recon, and he
we saw those.
Saw that.
Yep. And no, thanks. And they're real close. I should have them out in time for Christmas. So,
and Andy from Indy's asking, what kind of printers did you get?
Well, bought the cheapest printer I could get. No, it's Anycubic is the brand, and if you've heard of 3D printers, you probably heard of their resin printers. They make some pretty good resin printing printers. But what I bought was their filament printers. They're called Cobra 2s. One is it'll print about 15 inches in dimension, and the other one is the big one. That's the one I'm working on right now, and it'll do, I think, closer to 18 inches. So it's big enough that I think with only slight modifications to my model, I can print the Crash Crew fire truck in one shot. So
wow,
Awesome.
A lot of stuff going on. I'm having so much fun designing stuff and putting it together in 3D, and then trying to make it, come to reality. That's been a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, I'm going to need your help later on certain tank tracks and tank wheels.
Oh yeah, I saw that you and Angelo were talking about that thing, that giant thing. Yeah,
I saw the pictures. Oh, Angela, let's get you up here next.
Yeah, that one. How we doing? With Robert, with that one, actually mine was probably a quarter of the size. I'll talk about that with you later on. But what's new in the zoo? Well, report cards are done. Conferences finally finished today. Had my last conference today, so I could breathe a little bit. But I still been working like crazy with some of my YouTube channel. I got a couple of new people, so I'm happy about that. I posted a lot of shorts on the different GI Joe winter collection, I've been calling it, with the long coat.
Oh, cool.
I saw the shorts that you made. Yeah, they were pretty cool.
These are so detailed from Dragon and the short coat. So I had a whole bunch of figures that I have that are all designed like that. I do have my little winter Christmas comic set that I have. It comes with a figure, comes with my comic collection, trade paperback. I also posted one of those on YouTube for people to watch as a slide presentation. I know it's hard to see with the bubbles. You have to put it on a bigger screen. Last thing was those crazy GI Joe heads. If you saw any of the heads I just recently flocked, they were in the worst condition I've seen of any heads. They were scraped up and mangled, and one had plastic, glue resin all over the top of the head. They were a nightmare.
Yeah,
Wow.
They were a nightmare. The pictures did not do justice of how bad they looked when I first got them, but I think they look 100 times better, especially the one with the longer flock. With his one clouded eye. Someone said I should put a scar going down the eye. I think that's a really great idea. And then Robert, when I said that I did have the Leonard version, here's the Leonard version of it. And he does walk.
Oh, look at that. Does the missile launch or anything like that?
The missile comes out of here, but I lost that. I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. This, I have to put it, there's a little battery that goes inside here. I think it's one of those little like watch type batteries, those circular batteries that goes here, and it's supposed to light up, make noise. There was a little like monitor here in the front, but I ripped that off because I used it. I customized something else, so I ripped it apart. I didn't really like it. Now I'm like, maybe I'll do something with it, but I'm going to see what you come up with yours before I could tackle mine.
Okay.
Let him be the guinea pig. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. I want to repaint mine.
Yeah,
actually, Joe Fig, I realized what it was that you were asking about, and the answer is not yet.
for
the question?
Yeah, I'm working on some muscle body shoulders and forearms, and trying to come up with an alternate. There seems to be a lot of those figures out there with no arms. So
yeah, the muscle bodies, I don't know what happened with those. I don't know if they deteriorated or what, because there's a lot of people looking for arms for the muscle body.
It's that rubber joints that they used.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I don't know. They use a different kind of rubber for the legs because the legs usually are intact.
Yeah.
But the arms, they just
fell off and then got
I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to use rubber.
Yeah.
But I know they're not ignorant of what's going to happen a couple of years later. They knew that was going to fall apart.
Right.
But they figured, well, by that time they'll be
done.
Nobody will care.
Right.
Right. You know, these things will never be collected.
No.
Yeah.
We're getting close to that 15-minute mark, gentlemen.
All right, we got to do some questions, right?
Special guest, can you bob your head? Are you there? He or she is there. Bob. Okay. So I don't know if you guys recall when I first started this channel, we used to play a game called "What's My Line?" for the first couple of special guests I had in here. Basically, we bring the guest in, and you guys are only allowed to ask them yes or no questions to try to guess who that person is.
Okay? I was one of those.
Well, I gotta say, I wouldn't be fair if I participated in this because I did see who it is.
He doesn't have his real name up there.
Yes, he did. He had his name up there.
Okay, well, okay. I'll bring him in right now. And
he had the puppet.
Yeah.
And he had his name on there.
So it's not Matthew Exter, if that's what you think.
Okay.
So that's a fake name.
All right, then.
I'll ask the first question. Is that a fake name? Oh, you're not even going to talk? You're just going to bob the head?
Oh, I can talk. I can talk.
Okay.
I think that's the bunny.
Matthew Exler is a fake name. It's the true name of the Action Man character from the 1995 British show.
Okay.
So is that the Monty Python bunny there from Holy Grail?
Yes, the killer rabbit here in a barn.
Yes.
There you go. So I don't know if that helps you out, but so Robert, do you know? You don't know who it is, then, right?
I did see his face, but I don't.
Well, he's never been on the show before, so I don't know if
Okay.
you know him from somewhere else, maybe. But why don't you go ahead and ask the first question, Robert? Yes or no question?
Well, I thought I knew his name, but I guess that's not his real name. So, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All right.
YouTube channel.
Oh man, that was the question I was going to ask. And y'all know I'm terrible with these games, so questions.
So who's next?
Yeah, it's the Killer Rabbit from Jim. You're up if you want to ask a question.
I'm trying to think of a question to ask. Is the rabbit relevant to what you do on YouTube?
Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
All right. Couple. I'm kind of going to blend a couple. Did you mention that you are collected? What did you say it was Max Steel? What did you say the name was from again?
Max Steel.
Okay, I just want to. Sorry, that wasn't my yes or
No,
no
sorry,
question.
not Max Steel. Action Man.
Action Man. Okay.
Action.
Are you located in the UK?
No.
Okay. Back to Robert.
Yep, Robert.
I have a feeling I know who he is, but okay. So
let's at least go around one more time with questions.
is your YouTube channel fairly new?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Been around for a while. Even changed my name.
All right. Okay.
Jim Egner.
Back to me, huh?
If anybody is chatting along and wants to take a stab at or a question.
Okay, so I assume that the 1/6 scale is something that you collect or are an expert at.
I'm not a collector, and I'm not actually somebody who's an expert at almost anything. Well,
Okay.
I guess I do collect some things. Mostly, I just play with my toys.
All right. So I see a green screen in the background. Are you a photographer or a videographer?
By profession, I'm an insurance agent.
Okay.
Wow.
I think we're stumped here, Paul. Did you ask any questions?
I thought I knew him too, and now I was stumped.
Hold on. You don't know who he is either?
Oh,
Well,
Paul didn't even know.
I know him by a
who
different
the guest
name,
is.
but I had no idea he was an insurance guy.
Okay. So
Kevin Federline. Is it Kevin Federline? We have a guest. No.
No,
So
not Kevin.
Is your channel focused on 12-inch GI Joes or is it like a mixed bag of toys?
Actually, most of my YouTube stuff is about my garage.
Oh.
We have a question from Adam. Adam wants to know, do you do stop motion?
I haven't posted any, but I've played with it. I like playing with the app.
Okay.
Hmm.
One more round, Jim, and
Okay. So you say it's about your garage. Are you a DIY-er?
Oh yeah, I'm actually kind of known in the maker community, at least among the nation of makers.
Are you a fan of Adam Savage?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know Buddy?
Yes.
Do you know Buddy Finithy? Do you know?
No.
You do not know Buddy. Okay.
No, really. Who's Buddy Finity?
Okay, so
Buddy Joe Lanta, Toy Lanta. He's a big name.
he's been on the show before.
No, I actually don't go to many conventions.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Did Did you make a special action figure for Adam Savage?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Robert knows who he is now.
I think Robert's figured it out.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that.
You gonna say who it is?
Well,
Or I think he wants Vanna to buy a vowel for him.
uh,
Go ahead, Robert.
it's
Yeah.
is it,
Yeah, him. That guy.
He chats in all the time, but he's
yeah,
never been on the
Andy,
show.
right? Andy from Indy.
It is Andy in Indy.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Well, we've never had we've had
See,
a lot of stuff.
there's
on the
my
show.
robot.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
We've
See, I
never had a puppet.
wasn't sure if I was supposed to guess right away, but it was more the voice. I recognized that I was kind of I heard the voice before. So,
Yeah, I do sound like a Muppet. It kind of gives it away.
So what's new, Mr. Andy in Indy?
Not much. I'm just playing around with this stuff like usual. I got a MacGyver doll in the works. That's my next thing. I want to try out a different 3D printing technique with it to see if I can print a head that'll go right over the stud for it. In fact, this is the outfit. That's the figure. That's the figure where it's going to wind up. But that's that, and of course, I just posted some pictures of a cheap car I bought and spray painted green and tan.
Well,
I did see that. The Barbie car? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I actually lied. You were on the show once. You came on the Halloween special, didn't
on
you?
the Halloween, that
yes.
threw me off.
Yes.
Yeah. So you weren't a special guest on, but you did pop in.
Right.
that one.
Right.
I did. I popped in my Adam Steiner costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is another cartoon character that nobody ever remembers, like Matthew Exel. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
stuck
like
with you, Steiner.
I'm reading some of the comments. The bunny's mouth does not sync up with the voice. I don't know if you were trying to.
supposed to throw us off, man. You know.
I'm more used to the ones that I can put my thumb down in the bottom for, and those I can sync up much better. But the rabbit it's got hands instead of sticks for the hands, so I don't use it that much. I mostly just keep him mute, and he just sits around in the background and makes annoying comments or makes annoying faces at people.
So Andy, tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel then. For those of us out there that do not know about you and your YouTube channel, are you strictly customizer? What do you do?
Actually, I am not really a customizer. I am more of a maker. My YouTube channel was really just about my journey to try and get my garage rebuilt. I spent about 6 years starting up a makerspace here in Indy, and during that time, my garage literally fell apart, as in one of the walls disintegrated. And so I spent a lot of time and some videos on getting it put back together. And then at that time, the video was the Born Again Maker, because that was kind of my nickname. And then now it's the further adventures of Andy and Indy, a Born Again Maker. So the channel's not really about this stuff. Although I keep shooting video content, I just never edit it and post it. And I've shot 2 videos this year doing character stuff, doing 1/6 scale stuff. A Batman, redoing the cape on him, and another video where I switched out the chest from one of the Guyper Man bodies to a Action Man talker chest. So he's got the sharpshooter bump and the wobbly head on a piece of elastic. And like it. It's just that I just don't. I have this horrible feeling every time I try and open up that video editing software. It's like, I don't.
Hey, man, some people just put up videos and they don't edit them at all, and they just let it go, man.
How does Jeff?
That's how I started.
I know.
How does
Yeah,
Jeff
that's how I
put up
started.
those wonderful videos. He's
Who?
like, I'm jealous of how Jeff does that at Skunkworks.
Oh, Jeff, yeah, he'll do it. I mean, he doesn't cut much or
No, he
he
just
just talks, man.
puts
He
it
just
all
talks.
together and it all comes out looking just fine. And I'm like,
It's all the beer he drinks.
He doesn't know what he's saying. He just rambles on. He's
Just
going.
all good. It all flows. It's all flows. You have a couple beers, you're like, everything's good, man, and whatever.
So what got you to do the Adam Savage thing?
um,
I mean, I watched that, and you put up a little bit pictures and stuff like that on your Facebook, and
well, I did the Adam Savage thing just because I like having a goal, and one of my goals for this year had been to go out to Silicon Valley, and I have friends out there. I've got a friend who works for a company who recently retired from Shoot the Moon, which is a company that was derived from Worlds of Wonder. So he produces toys, and was one of the people that helped reintroduce laser tag. And I was going to go visit him and some other friends out in the San Jose area, and we were going to time it to go to the Silicon. And so if we're going to go to Silicon, I'll go out and meet Adam Savage, and I'll make something for him. I'll make a doll. That'll work. I'll make a doll and I'll make a spacesuit. And then the spacesuit was too much, so I just made a cool doll.
no, it was.
And then they canceled Silicon.
Yeah.
So
What?
Well, you met him where? Where'd you meet him at?
Cincinnati.
Oh, at that show. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 2 hour. It's just a 2 hour drive. It's about as far from here as Louisville is. So I really kind of had a meltdown though, because that's just way too many people, and I don't know them, and I didn't have anybody to go with me at the time, and it was I don't do well in crowds.
Well, I met you at Kentuckiana. Kentuckiana wasn't small. That was
Kentuckiana's about as big as I can handle.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Comic Show was probably about 4 times as big,
Oh, wow.
and lots and lots of people, and it just was too much.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, all those cosplay ladies, especially. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get me
No,
bothered.
that's anyway.
That's why I
Whatever.
can't go.
I'm one of those weird cosplay people, but I do it over at the gaming convention, which is why I do a BattleTech character, Adam Steiner. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh yeah. Oh, we love the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andy, you got goal for 2024? Since you said you had your goal, you're taking care of your garage and you're working on. Is that what your goal is behind you for the 2024? The figure
no,
that-
actually, the MacGyver thing was actually supposed to be one of the steps along figuring out how to make the custom heads. I was hoping to try and figure out how to make heads that I could put on and take off correctly, rather than just molding them on with the neck post. And I had to skip that step, so now I'm going back to it to clean it up. What I really want to do for next year is what I really wanted to do this year, and then got sidetracked by everything. And that is, in fact, it's the thing that brought me back into 1/6 was I want to do a G.I. Joe Vamp, the Jeep radio
Yeah.
controlled
Oh, yeah.
1/6 scale.
Love it.
I bought the Chiron for that, so that I could make big things, and now it sits quietly next to the smaller printer that works more.
Hey, Andy, I don't want to cut you off, but we got somebody in the green room that just popped in.
Oh.
And this is totally out of the blue, but you guys aren't going to believe this.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Hey!
Santa Claus!
All right.
Santa Claus, aren't you a little busy right now? Should you be
I'm
really-
very busy. Yes, I
Like that
am.
elves. That's what the elves are for. They do all the
Man.
work.
Look at him. He's in his toy shop. He's in his
tell you
toy
what.
shop making toys. Hey, that looks familiar.
Yes. One of my
It's a
good
mini
boys.
me.
Yes.
That's
And
so
he-
Santa, what's the
he
word
did-
on GI Joes this year? Are we sending a lot of GI Joes out to kids this year, or is it
No,
no?
they want VR helmets.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
VR elements.
I asked one child a little while ago, did he ever go outside and play? And he said,
Nope.
What's
What?
that?
What,
Yeah.
what do you do
What's
when you go
outside?
outside?
Wow, that's
No, no.
sad.
It's
Uh,
sad.
My
It's
students,
scary outside.
my students want GI Joe, Terry, because I show them the I have all the ones in my classroom that they take home, but
Right.
and then I have my comics. So they're and I show them every day something that I've done with my Joe. So they're very much into it. And I showed them on Amazon the click and play figures, which are cheap, that they could purchase. And there's one with a snowmobile that's a great figure if it's like $40. So
Right.
they're all about it. And I just had parent teacher conferences, and the parents were all asking me where can they purchase these items for their kids. So slowly but surely we're trying to get them outside and have that imaginative play.
That's the best thing we can do. Another thing is that, invest in a young person. I give Joes to anybody that shows any interest. I give them a Joe. And I have plenty around here. In fact, someone just told me yesterday that they would like to get into Joe's. So I've got one. I've got a SWAT team guy that I'm going to give them. But yeah, you got to keep it going. And even if what you have to do is go and spend time with them. One day, my grandchildren were over here, and they were making a YouTube video playing. And I went out and I got down on the ground with them, and I played with them to help them see that this is something that's fun, And then we made the YouTube, and I uploaded it to my channel.
That's good.
Santa has his own channel, huh?
They said, you put it up there, and I said, yeah, I did.
They know all the technology. They just don't know necessarily what to do with it. They're so interested in wanting to be entertained that they don't understand how to be the entertainer. So they want that nonstop stimulus. They want to see all these things out there, but I keep trying to tell them you can do that and you can be that. You just have to have that imagination and put yourself out there, create those stories, those photo stories, and upload it yourself. You know how to do that. So
Right.
like I said, we're trying, I try 20, 25 kids at a time every year. So hopefully I'm getting some out there.
Hey, Santa, I don't want to keep you. I know you're busy this time of the year, but do you have any questions for Andy and Indy before we let you go?
Yes. What does a gingerbread man put in his bed when he goes to sleep at night?
Andy, that's for you.
I'm trying to think, what does a gingerbread man put in his bed before he goes to sleep at night?
I want to hear this.
Go ahead, Santa.
That was the prompt, Terry. You're supposed to give the answer now.
It's Santa.
Cookie sheets.
Ah.
Man, that's worse than a dad joke.
That is a bad joke, man.
Well, it's a Santa joke.
What's
That's
my
a Santa joke, man.
What's my favorite potato chip?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I just heard somebody say a nasty word. You're on the naughty list.
I'm on the naughty list.
My favorite potato chip is Kringles.
Oh goodness.
Hey, Santa, maybe you can check in with us next week if possible. I don't know. I know you're busy, but I got to let you go. We got to get back to Andy here.
See you later.
Thanks for popping in.
that's Santa.
Bye. Have fun.
Oh boy.
Oh crap, man.
Cookie sheets.
Okay,
That's
I will
awful.
admit, I don't think I could possibly be as much fun as Terry. So I understand.
That's all good, man. It's this is how the show rolls. You know that. You watched the show before. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
So, Andy, I know I'm kind of monopolized the questions. What do you use when you're building? Like, what are some of the materials? I was talking to Paul briefly, and Robert. In order to build vehicles and such, everyone throws out styrene. I haven't ever seen styrene except for very, very, very thin styrene. I don't even know where to get it. Paul says to go to Home Depot. I got to go figure it out because every time I've ever asked, people look at me cross-eyed like, oh, I have no idea. So I'm like, what are you, a fool? So I need to figure out how to get it. What do you use when you're building? And like you were just mentioning, you want to make the Vamp. I think that would be an awesome vehicle to make. But how would you go about building that? Like, what would you use to do something like that?
Well, the Vamp I would build basically out of 3D printed parts because it's going to be easier to fit and design that in there. I've built 1/12 scale Stinger before, not too long ago. About 2 years ago, I built one for and I wound up giving it to my brother. But most of the time, when I build things, it's usually built on foam, like foam PVC or extruded polystyrene when I need thicker pieces. So it's not any one particular thing that I build with. And as far as where to get stuff like that, I don't think I've ever seen actual thick pieces of styrene at the Home Depot stores.
Oh yeah, you can get
I would order that off of Amazon or go up to the hobby stores, because the hobby stores, places where they have hobby airplanes, model airplanes, that's where you'll find that stuff, is in the places where people go to get model kits and make scratch built models. You'll also
Andy,
find
you can get them at Home Depot.
I've got a little bit of experience with the thicker, bigger sheets of the styrene. I used a service online called Professional Plastics back when I did vacuum forming for Stormtrooper armor. That's, you can buy 4 foot by 8 foot sheets at 080 or 093 thicknesses. That's real thick. Also, your local sign shops will probably have it, because a lot of the vacuum formed signage is done with styrene as well. So
Uh,
A lot of places are moving more towards Sintra, which is the foam.
Sintra is also good.
That's like gator board or that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Sintra,
That's what.
built-
Yeah, and you
built
use
boats with
the
that.
regular PVC pipe adhesive to glue that together.
Right. Now the great thing about styrene, now this is thick. Okay, I got that in Home Depot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't find it in my local Home Depots, but.
And the great thing about that is you can use model glue.
Yeah.
Like the Plastruck glue, or
testers will hold that. Yeah.
yeah. Or
Now,
like
Robert, what section of Home Depot would, if I went in and said, hey,
where they cut glass and plexiglass?
yeah.
Yeah. They just recently had that in. That's what I know. A couple of months ago is when I noticed it. But this is the go-to stuff that toy designers did back before the 3D printing days.
Right.
I've built everything from this. I mean, all my guns, my equipment that I used to do during my toy design days. This is my bread and butter right here. It glues beautifully, sands beautifully, it cuts great. If Jim, you vacuum form with this stuff.
Yep. You can heat it up with a hairdryer and bend it.
Exactly. That's what I use. A heat gun, bend this sucker.
Yep.
All kinds of ways, man. This is Angelo, when you start buying that stuff and working with it, you're gonna love it.
Awesome. Yep. I gotta get back to my miniature version of what you got planned.
When I build that Kharkovchanka, that Russian thing, what I do is I cut the panels into pieces with cardboard to test, make sure the angles are right and everything. And then once all the shapes are proven out with the cardboard, then I cut it with I cut it out with the styrene. Yep.
Good. Hey Andy, I got a question for you. You were saying something about you were wanting to 3D print a head to fit on the neck post, and it needed to be somewhat flexible to do that. I'm assuming I'm assuming you're resin printing.
Yeah, Anycubic Photon Max 4K.
Okay.
Using
There's a
F39.
there's a material called Tenacious. That may be the brand. I'm not sure. I use it to print the rubber helicopter end caps, the little black end caps, and it's quite flexible. And so it may be, and you can mix it with regular resin to create a semi-rigid material as well. So you might check into some of that stuff, because I've had real good luck with that. Now I don't know how it holds a paint. I don't know if you paint your the heads or not. I'm not sure what you're going to do on that, but it would definitely be worth buying a small bottle of and testing it if you're needing some flexibility on those heads, because the squishiness of that would be like a vintage Joe head. It would have some flex to it.
It's actually the reason I don't use that is because it is actually much softer than Joe heads. Joe heads are Shore D, about 45 to 50. So you really want something that's a little bit stiffer and easier to resist scratches for a head like that. And that's why I was looking at the F39, F79 from Rezuan.
Okay, I've got some of that, but I'm not test printed with it. So
yeah, but I just got that on Friday, so I haven't messed around with it either. But that's what I'm going to try next. Is I'm going to try the white. Going to add in some alcohol inks. Going to try dyeing it with RIT dye and see which ones hold color better on that. And they should hold paint about as well as vinyl. So we'll see how well that goes. For what I've been told from some other people who have tried it, that's pretty good. I sent you a link to a video where somebody was actually trying one of the blends where they mixed some of the other Rezuon resins, and he mixes in dyes with it. He was hitting the pieces with a hammer. And you were mentioning the other day about resin printing not being strong enough, being not the right feel for some of your stuff. I thought you might enjoy that. I don't know if you've seen that yet. I sent that out last week.
I saw that. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, definitely. Some sort of mix there to get you a little bit of elasticity in some of that resin. Some of the stuff we've used up at our makerspace has been very brittle.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is very brittle. Most of what I print with for miniatures is a mixture of tenacious and tenacious and standard resin, which produces a very good thing that doesn't break very often. You pretty much have to step on. You pretty much have to step on a 28 millimeter mini to get that one to break.
Yeah.
Way off topic. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Anyone got experience with Warbler?
Oh yeah, I've used Warbler and other thermoform plastics before. Warbler is not very stiff. Warbler is a little expensive compared to styrene, but it's very easy to form. You heat it up a little bit and it gets soft. It's basically just it's a type of polyethylene that's got a low glass transition temperature, so it gets soft very easily in hot water close to boiling, and it's reinforced with a filler material like the filler material is like sawdust. So one side will be very smooth and the other side will be rough when you work with it. I've made costume pieces out of that. It's pretty good, but Centra is going to be a tougher thing for things that you play with. Warble is very good for getting into a good shape, but it's hard to get into a tough, rigid shape that's going to hold up to things. The plastic is also softer. It's like a Shore D10, so it will scratch from a fingernail.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to watch it.
See, now what I found working with my model trains, I always use bases for all the houses and everything that I make. And styrene is just too soft. If I pack it in the attic and bring it out next year, the base is all
Oh yeah.
warped. So what I started using, somebody else told me about this. Angelo, I don't know if you can see that up close. Well, let me do this. I mean, that's just like a bus station I made.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And the base is this.
It's a sign.
It's a no parking sign from Lowe's, man. That's the same stuff. It's the same stuff as styrene, bro.
Really?
No trespassing, but it's heavier and it's thicker and it won't warp on you like the
Yeah.
styrene does. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah,
very thick.
the Coroplast is also good.
Yeah.
Well, great. I'm glad I'm learning a couple things
And
tonight.
it's a lot cheaper than buying sheets of styrene. Especially the evergreen kind. That's one I usually go.
Oh
with.
yeah, that stuff's way overpriced.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's easy to get at the hobby stores, which
Oh yeah.
is
Every
part of
hobby store.
part of what you're paying for is you're paying for that convenience to get it, which is why I suggested Amazon or actually Blick Art Supplies is another good place to get material, casting material and structural material. Another fun material to work with is you can find sheets of thin ply birch plywood at the hobby stores. They use it for
Craft
structural
plywood.
pieces on aircraft.
Yeah, that's true. That's another thing too, Angelo. If you want to go through like the wood route,
Yep.
yeah, you just gotta finish the surface. So when you
Right.
paint it, you know,
And that's what I was just thinking, the texture to make it look, if you're going to do a vehicle like that, you want it to look somewhat like metal, so that
just put like a sealer, like a polyurethane sealer, sand it, and then just keep doing it over and over until you don't see the wood grain anymore.
right.
And you should be good. There was a guy back many years ago. I don't know if you guys heard of him, Major Midnight.
Yeah.
He used to do like tanks. He had them done in the Philippines. And, when you see those 6-scale tanks he used to make back in those days, you couldn't tell it was wood.
Right.
But the entire thing was like wood, except for maybe the tracks and stuff, But yeah, it's incredible what you can do with wood if you just know how to work with it. It's easy to cut too, of course, and glue together.
Sure.
You can do a mixed media where you use metal and plastic. It's one good way to get it done.
Right. Well, we'll have to hook up and talk about our creations and stuff
Turning
like
into a styrene
right.
live stream.
Well, this is good. It was what Andy. This is. It seems what Andy knows how to do very much.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a wealth of knowledge with all these different things of model making and building. So
I
Andy,
got a lot of useless
questions on my list
information
that
in
I
my
sent
head.
you. A couple of questions I sent on my list I want to hit. Okay, real quick. Do you have a holy grail? You have a holy grail that you're still looking for in your collection? I know you say you don't have a big collection, or you're not collecting all that much.
No, I suppose if I could say anything, I'm looking for that one perfect toy that's going to make me not want to have to buy any more toys to fill that empty hole in my soul. But that's either, I'm not sure if that's my ideal or my wife's at this point. So but I would say that most of what I've looked for and what I've tried to get are the toys that I either couldn't get or couldn't make when I was a kid. That's what I really wanted, was to, I wanted to put together a talking eagle-eyed G.I. Joe, and I'm like, I can do that now because I'm an adult.
Anything in your personal collection that's the wow factor, other than the kind of stuff that you made personally? Anything that you found hard to get stuff?
I think the Action Man helicopter that I got the other day, they call it the Maxi Copter. That one is really cool. With the batteries in it, the helicopter blades spin, sound and lights, and it shoots Nerf darts. The sides pop open and it shoots Nerf darts.
wow.
Very cool.
I mean, that's super cool.
Do you have it? Do you have it right there with you by chance? Love to see it.
It's around the corner, but yeah, I could go grab that real quick.
You got time, Paul?
Yeah, man.
All right, go grab it, Andy.
We got we still got a game to play yet, but we're good.
Yep.
We're good on time.
Oh crap! I forgot about the.
Robert, you got to look. If you look, depending on how big you want those wheels and tracks and whatnot, I know a lot of people disassemble those Stewart tanks, the RC Stewart tanks, and sell the tracks. That could be
I don't know, because I did some measurements, and the tracks are about 8 inches wide.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Okay, and then if you look at on some photographs, you'll see that the wheels come waist high on the person.
Oh, so you're going hardcore trying to make it to scale. Mine is going to be
Scale,
like,
but not historically correct, because I want the interior to be my design.
right. And
Yeah, it's
you're
just
going to go
based on the Kharkovchanka.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Andy's back. I don't want to
Hey,
talk
there you go. I want to see the helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the helicopter. It's, as you can see, pretty big. It's based on the Comanche helicopter. I don't have batteries in it, so it's not going to light up and make a lot of sound. But
Oh
that's
gosh,
the
it's
side
like a
top
shotgun
out.
helicopter.
This is where the Nerf darts come out. It's supposed to actually shoot the Nerf guns, but it's old. It's beat up. It's got a sad little floppy end on this that I have to replace. So
Yeah.
Hey
That's
Jim,
Action Man or
printing
Max
some
Steel?
helicopter blades there.
I do have a comment for the track question, though.
Okay,
Anybody, if you guys are still talking about it.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. One of the better things to do with the tracks is actually printing them out of TPU on a 3D printer. You can get that. You can get a lot of different track designs, both linkable and print in place. If you're looking for specific tracks of a particular size, check out to see whether or not Randy Rain has any on her robot website. Robotic teams use tracks quite often for making stuff. And the first tech challenge, the robots are 18 inches cube. So you'll have things that are about the right size for the scale you're looking at.
Yep.
Okay. Might look that up.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds good. But I'm still gonna hit up Jim. We'll see what he comes up with.
Because Jim has
he's already
nothing on
paid for the
his plate
3D
right now.
printers, so
Well, because I really don't need the entire, like, all the links printed up. If I may, Jim, I really just want one of each, like a link, one link of track that can be linked together, one of the drive wheels, one of the tension wheels, and one of the bogie wheels. And if you're okay with it, I want to use that to make resin copies of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That makes total sense. You'd make a silicone mold of the 3D printed part and then resin cast the silicone mold. Yeah,
Right.
I got you.
That's
Yeah.
Serious. Definitely.
Yep. Because I want to try to make it remote control.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sure.
So I now I just got to figure out what kind of drivetrain to use. They're gonna have to be like big, like brushless motors and stuff. And I got to figure out what kind of electronic speed controls to use and all that stuff.
That's going to be something else.
Yeah, because years ago I actually wanted to do a 1/6 scale Abrams tank. I had like a Tamiya kit that I was going to scale up, but I got out of that 1/6 scale stuff. So I just want to do this one big project, kind of like my magnum opus, and just where it's like everything is custom made. I don't, kind of like cannibalize off of any other piece, So just wanted to prove to myself I can do it.
You can do it. We have faith in you, Robert.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, guys, it's getting to be that hour, that time. So we're going to move on to our show trivia.
Oh boy.
And
All right.
Andy, since you're in the front spot, you're going first on this one, brother, right?
okay. I don't know.
This is Christmas trivia, since we had Santa on earlier. The movie Miracle on the 34th Street is based on a real-life department store. What is it?
Oh, I know
Macy's.
that one. Macy's. Yeah.
Macy's. You are correct, sir.
Show that to the kids every year.
Yeah.
Robert,
Mm.
what are the two most popular names for Santa Claus other than Santa Claus?
Kris Kringle.
That's one.
And Old Saint Nick.
St. Nicholas. You are correct. Jim, easy one. In Home Alone, where are the McAllisters going on vacation when they leave Kevin?
France.
In Paris. Yeah.
Wow.
We are far from
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't like that movie. I don't know.
Me either. You and me
And-
both. Man.
Angelo's got the hardest question, I think, in here. In which modern day country was St. Nicholas born in?
Turkey.
It is Turkey. Yes, it is.
Is it Turkey?
It is Turkey.
No doubt. Good. That's a good
I
one.
thought it was Germany.
I was
No.
going to say, I thought it was a northern Baltic Sea area, but I guess not.
Yeah. I'm reading on the side. Father Christmas.
No,
Yes.
it's a southern Baltic Sea.
So
We are back to Andy. In which country did eggnog come from?
Mm.
The Netherlands?
No. Anybody?
All I know about eggnog is it tears up my stomach, man.
England.
It is England. Yes, sir. Jim, this is your night, brother. What is Ralphie's little brother's name in the movie A Christmas Story?
Oh, everybody knows that.
That's yours. That's yours, Robert.
Yours, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's yours, Robert.
Andy. Andy, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, Randy. Randy.
Randy.
Can't put my arms down.
My dad worked at the same steel mill as Ralphie's father did.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Inland Steel.
Wow. Back to Jim. In which country started the tradition putting up a Christmas tree?
Germany.
Yes.
It is Germany. Jim,
Yep.
you are kicking ass tonight, man.
Yeah.
He likes Christmas.
Angelo.
Let Jim fool
I
you,
like
man.
Christmas.
Getting off Tannenbaum.
Angelo, in the movie Elf, what was the first rule of the Code of Elves?
I don't have a clue.
I've only seen that movie once, man.
Yeah, again, another one I'm not totally a fan of.
All right. Anybody?
What is it?
Anybody know this one, Jim?
No, I don't know that one.
No.
I've not actually ever watched it. So
What? treat
It's full of
treat
crap,
every day like Christmas. Treat
Oh,
every day like Christmas.
Like Christmas.
Andy, we are back to you. What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
oh, I know that one.
It's going to be an old school one.
No.
No. Oh, wow.
Read? Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't consider it old school, but
Die Hard.
no, but that was a good guess. Right
That's a
around
good one.
Same time frame, same. They're probably a year apart, I think, maybe.
Huh.
Oh, well, that's not the movie I was thinking.
Oh, that's not what I'm thinking about.
No, I was thinking they're going to go
Is
White
that Jingle
Christmas
All the
with
Way?
like Sinatra.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I
Home
would have thought
Alone.
White Christmas. Yeah.
Home Alone, the first one.
Home
Really?
Alone?
Huh.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Robert, got some math skills here for you, brother. How many gifts in total were given in the 12 Days of Christmas song?
Oh, man.
If you had to add them all up, bro.
12 plus 11 plus 10 and 9.
Yep.
Man.
I don't even know the song too good, so I couldn't tell you that, dude.
Take a stab, and it's more than 100.
Hold up.
I'm looking at the chats. Nobody's chatting. Oh, GIA said Home Alone. Got it, but it's too late.
187?
No. Higher, Bob. Higher. 183. Andy, no. Anybody?
Paul Jed,
Jim,
you know
come
it.
on. You're the professor here. You should know
Yeah.
this.
I don't do math.
Hey, I don't do aerospace engineering because it required too much math. Ooh.
Numbers are hard. Numbers are hard.
So,
364 is the answer.
Wow.
364.
Oh, one for every day.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, almost.
Pretty much.
Just about. Yeah.
Which fairy tale was the first gingerbread man house inspired by?
say that again.
Which fairy tale was the first gingerbread houses inspired by?
Oh, Who's that
Hansel and
for?
Gretel.
I would have said Hansel and Gretel too.
Yeah.
Yep. Jim's on fire.
I'm telling you, man. Angelo,
Yeah.
That was grim.
what was the best selling Christmas song ever?
White Christmas.
Yeah, Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Good.
Yeah.
I got 3 more questions, so we're back to Andy. What is the name of George Bailey's guardian angel in It's a Wonderful Life?
Bell.
Man,
Well, I got that one.
I actually don't remember.
No.
Clarence.
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 There you go.
Clarence.
Ring that bell, baby.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Robert, what popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving? I did not know this.
Dashing through the snow. And what was it?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Nope.
Alice's Restaurant?
No.
It's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did not know that. And everybody sings it. It's not a church song or anything, but it's a Christmas song.
Deck the Halls?
Jingle bells.
What?
Jingle
What?
bells.
It was for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Last question for you, Jim, and you could go 5 for 5 here or 4 for 4.
Yes.
What was the first company that used Santa Claus in advertising?
Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Dude, you're on fire tonight.
Nice.
It was on fire.
Look, statistically, Jim complains the most about the trivia, but he does also
He
the
always
best
does.
out of everybody.
Hey, Andy, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I'm going to bring you up big here, buddy. And if there's anything you want to leave us with, your YouTube channel, Instagram, anything like that, you want to hit us up with?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at Indy at Andy in Indy. My channel is on YouTube is Andy in Indy. If you really want to go out there and make stuff, keep making this world a better place.
Dude, that's like the best.
Sounds
ending
good,
ever.
man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, everybody. Remember, next week is going to be our last show for 2023. It'll be our Christmas special. Maybe we'll try to get Santa Claus back on. But anybody that's been on the show in the past, any members of the AOA, and again, this is episode number 43, so we have more than 43 guests that could possibly pop in next week. I'll send out the link if you don't already have the link. Andy, you're welcome back again next week if you like.
Same format as the Halloween episode?
Yeah, same format, I think. We'll keep 4 on and keep 1 spot open and just, rotate people, I think.
So, Paul, are you
And wear
going?
a different costume?
You can be in costume. I'm going to throw something on.
Paul, are you going away? Is that why they're?
No, so the 18th is when I open up the garage for the trains, and that'll be that following Monday. That'll be my first opening. The next week is Christmas on Monday, and the next week is New Year's, so I really didn't think anybody would be tuning in on those 2 days.
Gotcha.
So we'll pick it up on January 8th, I believe, is
Okay.
the following Monday.
Gives
Wow.
us a lot of time to clear DesignerCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, your garage is looking awesome, though, brother.
I'm going to have
Really?
one video at the end of the year just showing all the people coming through, and yeah, it'll be fun. I haven't done it since 2019, so a lot of people are excited about it.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a
Paul,
great-
I'm loving the layout, though, man. I'm watching
Yeah.
the videos, and it's really coming out. It's super.
I got a lot of Easter eggs in there. I'm going to show to you guys. Over
A
the next
lot of
couple
work.
weeks. So,
A lot of
yeah.
work.
Yeah. Cool.
Month and a half to set up and 1 day to take it down.
Right.
Everybody have a great week, and thanks for tuning in, and see you next Monday
right.
for our last show.
Thanks, guys.